So, Iran, which funds terrorism all through the Middle East, but primarily against Israel because, can't have those Jews there, has declared that they are in total war against the United States, Europe, and Israel. Although, since they keep claiming that Israel doesn't exist, I don't see how it is they can be at war with that mythical country, but technicalities. Why? Well, they feel that they were unfairly targeted. The United States, the blooded felon, claims that they totally decimated all of their enriched uranium. No, they didn't. However, Israel did wipe out most of their nuclear scientists. So it doesn't matter how much enriched uranium they have. They can't use it if they don't have the people with the brains. And of course, you also have to remember that at the moment, the people of Iran, they're sort of hoping that if they scream enough, protest enough, that they won't end up, as my husband pointed out, like in China, where that wonderful image of the man standing in front of the tanks, and then 10 minutes later, the image you don't get is that man by the tanks. Because, frankly, the colonizing aspect of this Islamic colonization, they're not going to be too worried about killing off people that are causing problems. Just bear it in mind. The bloated felon can claim all it wants that the second stage of the ceasefire is coming. Hamas hasn't disarmed. In fact, Hamas states that openly they refuse to disarm because they have to keep their guns for the safety of the Palestinian people that they use as human shields and hide behind and strap bombs to and ship off and brainwash. However, the other thing that was supposed to happen was the Palestinian Authority was supposed to stop the pay for slay, but they're not. In fact, that who is in charge, claims that the loyalty to the sacrifices of the martyrs is a national Palestinian commitment. In other words, they have no intention of not paying the citizens of Gaza to go and commit acts of terrorism, specifically against Israel and Jews, and for which they will be paid. That's called putting a bounty out. That's kind of illegal. You always love to talk to us about international law. Well, you know what? International law says you're not supposed to kidnap, you're not supposed to invade a sovereign nation, you're not supposed to commit arson, you're not supposed to do all the shit that they did on October 7th, a couple of years back. And yet, all of you out there, you fucking tools, think that people who kidnapped an 8-month-old baby and then strangled it deserve to have their own country, which they don't even want. They don't want a country called Palestine, you dumb idiots. They just want Jews gone. And most of you who are supporting them feel the same way.